Hey, this is episode 14 of Slot Cars What Character? This is the strange and unusual series of slot cars outside the norm of the race cars and street cars that you see in slot cars. These in this series feature the unusual, uh, just fun cars and different kind of objects, I guess you would say. This episode is going to focus on the skateboarders that have been made throughout slot car history. And we'll start off with these from Lifelike. These were pretty interesting cars, or skateboarders, I guess you could say. They have dual pins, guide pins, in the front and the back. If you could see that in the back there. So they can actually go in either, well, not in either direction on the track, but whichever way they face. I'm just going to do this on the short straight here because I have this temporary setup track and it's kind of difficult to drive through that and hold the camera. So just to show you how it works with the guide pins. Sorry. Come on. There you go. All right. So you get the idea. He goes that way, and you can flip him around. If he does wind up off the track, he can actually go in the other direction. So just a simple display of that to show how that works with the dual guide pins. It doesn't actually go back and forth on the track. It's just whichever direction, it doesn't matter. He'll go the same way, but whichever way the actual skateboarder is facing doesn't matter. So that's just a unique feature for that, and those are Lifelike. Then we have Skeletric. These are Micro Skeletric, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I believe this one is Michelangelo and Leonardo. They made all four. So there's two others out there in different colors, I think red and blue, if I'm not mistaken, or yellow. So these are pretty cool, and they're Micro Skeletric, which are extremely fast and very good. Now, Skeletric themselves in the 1/32nd scale, I guess you could say, although these are probably like 1/32nd scale figures here, but they make them in the larger actual Skeletric, and they make all four of those. So that's a pretty cool skateboarding slot car. And now we have the Simpsons. There's Bart and Homer on their skateboards. Homer trying to hang on for dear life over there, but Bart having a great time of it. Now, if you grew up in the 70s, that was something you probably had with you. You had your roller skates, your skateboard, a hockey stick, a baseball mitt. You know, that was something that every kid had. And if you grew up in the 90s, you probably had skate parks. And this is something that Mattel made. And it's a little skate park with all the tricks and stuff you could do. And this is for the XV racers. If you saw a video I did earlier about the XV cars that charge up like Sizzlers, but they have this little stand that they could charge up. Well, they made this for skateboarders too. And this one is a Tony Hawk. And they also made, maybe about 8 or 9 different skateboarder versions and characters. So that was a pretty cool thing. And if you grew up in like the 90s or 2000s, like my son, took them to the skate park all the time and they enjoyed that. That was a big thing. Not sure if it's still so big, but this is great if you have memories of that. And I bought a couple of these figures for my grandkids, so they have them at their house. And they don't know I have this yet, so next time over, I'll ask them to bring over their skateboarder guys, and they can have fun with these. Just charge them up, just like with the XV cars, same kind of principle. And they do their tricks on this park. So that's just a quick look at what's out there on skateboards. If you or someone you know and love would like something like this and introduce them as a way to introduce them to slot cars, hey, whatever works, that's great. So just thanks for watching and take care.